as officials, I mean, it's tough to call some of this stuff. But again, be consistent. If you're going to let them play, they're letting both teams play a little bit.
They get the offensive board after the miss. There's a three-pointer taken, and that's a big swing there. That's a 4-point swing, or really a 3-point swing after they hit the three after the miss. They get the offensive board and get it back out. 29 points for the Cats, 34 for Marion. Gavin Austin takes a long two and hits the bottom of the net. Got it. 34-31. I feel like that was a big shot.
It was.
Marion, after hitting that three and basically scoring 4 points on that one trip down.
Kind of slowed.
And a turnover there as they get a bad pass. A little bit of a push there as Austin Wyatt sort of shrugged off Gavin Austin. Ref kind of had his back turned getting the ball. They probably could have got something there.
Yeah.
34-31, a minute, 26 to go. And, they talk about it a lot in football. The final minute and a half, really, in the opening minute of the second half, really make an impact. We'll see what the Cats can do here with a 3-point down by 3.
You could change the momentum shift. You can.
Austin drives and looks like he got fouled trying to go up with the left hand through the lane, so got a chance to cut it to a 1-point lead. 1-point lead for Marion.
One team's expecting to go into halftime with the lead, and then if Bearcats, if we can get a couple baskets right here, we can go in halftime with the lead. So it's a big transition, and it's kind of like you don't want to go in halftime with a couple bad possessions.
You definitely want to finish off the half with the momentum. We'll see what the Cats can do. They've definitely hung with Marion here in the first half. First free throw from Austin is good. Back to a 2-point game for the Hurricanes. Now they'll sub back in Kelby Ford along with their leading scorer Caleb Osborne.
And again, those kids have been on the bench here for a good 3 or 4 minutes, so they're well rested here.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. I'm sure halftime for some of these kids for Virginia High, they're going to be happy to see it as they've been out on the floor. I know Inman's been out there. Will Brown, really one of the lone posts, him and Strong.
I don't know if has Emmett come off the court. I don't
think he has.
Or Gavin's come off the court. I'm not sure.
Second free throw was good. Now Marion leads by 1 as they've got the ball with a minute to go. Austin ends up on the floor, but the ball's loose. It goes out of bounds off of Marion. He did dribble it in extra time. Robinson did. Had he let it go, it might have been Marion ball still, but it went out of bounds off of Robinson, and now the Cats, with 55 seconds to go, they can control this if they want to. Austin's going to set up for a 3 and try to take the momentum. Missed, and now Ford comes down with the board. And here comes Marion, other end in transition, and got it.
That's huge right before halftime.
Back to 36-33. What do you think of that shot there, right from the top of the key early?
Run a few seconds. Set up, get a couple passes, and get that open look. That's it's a 3-point, it's a 4-point swing there. You come down, you miss that, you get them an easy 2 points.
Rohan Spike with the ball now. Back out to Inman. They're going to hold for the last shot. I saw Coach Raznick hold up one finger, hold out for the last. 3-point lead for Marion. Cats can cut it to 1 or tie it with a 3. Strong's open down in the left corner. Now left wing 3 taken with 6 seconds to go. Missed short. And the rebound goes to Marion as they'll try to get off a shot, and they get a close one. A better look than I thought they shot it from well behind half court, but it hit the backboard right at the square. But it'll be a 3-point lead for Marion, 36-33, and the Cats scrapping so far. It hasn't been the cleanest first half.
No.
But balls are going in, though, so far. Pretty high scoring considering the kind of play we've seen. There hasn't been a whole lot of offense being played. We've not seen went back to my old days, PH. We've not seen Virginia High really dig in offensively and sort of take the tempo out of the game. They might be playing 6 or 7 or 7 or 8 deep right now, but they're playing like they've got the full repertoire.
They're playing tough, and at the end of the day, you can't make excuses. Like I said, this gives the opportunity for some other kids to seize that moment and play well. So it's be interesting, but at the end of the day, again, depth can be a problem. When Marion can sub 5 and keep 5 fresh, it can be a problem.
36-33, Marion with the lead. As they had a good first half of action here. Again, the girls won their game earlier tonight against Marion in game 167-44. Had 3 or 4 Lady Cats reach double digits. I know 3 off the top of my head that did. And just a really good outing for them. And if they can play this way tomorrow night, might have an upset on our hands. They'll have to go to Tennessee High tomorrow night. Boys varsity will be playing at Tennessee High tomorrow as well. So, again, we welcome you into the halftime report as we're here at the Bearcat Den, in case you're just tuning in. 36-33. And, Coach, let's just go real quick, talk about some of the trends you saw there in the first half.
Well, I think both teams were playing fast and trying to get after each other and play aggressive, and officials let them play that way. There was a couple of incidents where I felt like, we rushed some shots, and there was those few minutes where, we're not hitting shots, so take your time, like slow it down a little bit, slow the pace down, especially if Marion wants to play fast pace with us and we're getting steals, we're getting turnovers. Slow it down a little bit because, we're not taking those open looks, and take that extra pass and get that open look. Like, go still try to get inside. I know we're hurting post-wise, but try to get that ball inside, get that extra pass.
Let's take a look here at the quarter breakdown real quick. Marion outscored Virginia High in the first quarter 23-19. The second quarter, the Cats actually won that quarter 14-13. That's where we sit, 36-33 at the half. Okay, adjustments for each team. You're going in the locker room, and let's start with Marion. Coach Bailey, what are you saying to Marion at this point, up by 3 against the Bearcats?
I think with Marion, he's going to tell them, like, we're not going to change too much. We have the lead. I think they'll have confidence because, honestly, they have depth. So I think they're going to go in there and, like, we lost a couple possessions there. We turned the ball over a little bit more than I think they would like to. So they're going to come out, and I don't think they're going to make too many adjustments. Let's just keep playing because we have the depth, and eventually, I think in their mind, they're going to eventually wear us down because of the fact that we have a couple kids out.
All right, so let's switch over. Coach Raznick over there on the other side. What do you think he's telling his guys?
And I think they're confident right now. They look at the scoreboard. They're only down by 3. And, coming in this game, hey, we have one of our seniors hurt. We have one of our senior leaders hurt. We have a kid not here because he's sick. And like I said, we have the illness going through our team. And it's a team that we lost to last time. And you look at the scoreboard, and I think he's going to think the same thing. We missed some opportunities there, but we're still only down by 3. And like I said, there's a couple possessions there that I think he wished that we had back. But again, at the end of the day, guys, we're down a few men, but we're still in this game, and I think they're going to come out with some confidence too. So it's going to be interesting. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be depth.
So with that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Up next, we're going to have Coach Timmons join us here for the halftime show. 36-33, boys varsity action here. Marion leads it by 3. We'll go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We're going to chat with head girls varsity basketball coach Kevin Timmons after this break.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music connects people all over this great nation, but unfortunately so does something else, childhood hunger. 15 million children struggle with hunger in America. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks works to rescue our surplus food to help provide billions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
They'll challenge your authority because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Halftime Report. We're now joined by head girls varsity basketball coach Kevin Timmons, and after the girls got a big win earlier tonight, 67-44 over the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. Coach, you're now 5-0 in district play. What's the takeaway tonight from the big win?
I think we came out to play. I think we had a big contributions from everybody tonight. It was good to get some of our young girls a lot of minutes tonight. Our older girls played well as well tonight, so it was a good all-in-all fight by everybody.
And a lot of girls got some great and valuable minutes there in that fourth period. Basically, everybody had at least 3 minutes, it seemed like, of playing time, and that's big against a district opponent that you might see again in the playoffs. Me and Coach Sidnor were talking about that.
Yeah, it's big for those girls, you know, confidence-wise. They came in and did a bunch of good things. Madison Lockhart, you know, she played probably about 9 minutes tonight, had 10 boards, 5 points. You know, that's big for a freshman to come in and get a district win playing that well.
So some of the things, we got any statistics here for us?
Yeah, we got them all here today.
So the team scoring leader, who ended up with the most points?
Jada Campbell had 21 tonight. She had 21 points, 6 steals.
Yeah, Jada had a big night for the Cats. Kerrigan Bailey also ended up with 11 on the afternoon. Taylor Owens had 19, and let's talk about her start. She hit 3 straight threes in the opening minute and a half, and that really just – you led 10-0 before Marion scored.
Oh, yeah. She started off hot. They ended up going boxing one on her. It confused her a little bit in the second half, but then she figured it out. You know, it was just a man. You know, she had to figure out how to beat her man, and then either making a play or being able to finish through the contact for the second.
Yeah, the Cats, your team led 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. Hit a little bit of a lull there in the second quarter. Marion actually won that quarter 9-7. What do you got to tell the girls to just keep them going? I know after you get a big lead, sometimes that happens.
Stay locked in. You know, stay on their necks. You know, be like a snake. You know, a snake just suffocates their prey, their food all the way through. And I think we let up sometimes, and defensively we'll get out of position. Amaya picked up 2 silly fouls just because she was going to sleep. You know, playing a pass lane, went to sleep, and by the time she went to react, she was running the girl over. You know, I just think, you know, they're girls and they're young. Not just girls, but they're young, so they have those moments where they just fall asleep sometimes. And I think in the second quarter, the last 3 minutes of the second quarter, we was just asleep.
Yeah, and the fouls started to be a little bit of an issue there, but second half, it was definitely in your all's advantage. Once the third quarter hit, I told Coach Sidnor, I was like, well, they've only got 1 foul on them, so now you're basically back to even because you had 2 of your points. I mean, Allie Sidnor had 2 fouls on her early in the first half, and then, of course, Amaya Lee had a couple too. So there was 2 of your main ball handlers out early. So
we had to sit Allie early in the first quarter. She set the whole, I want to say the last 3 minutes of the first quarter and like maybe the first 2 minutes of the second. And then Amaya picked hers up, and we had to sit her the whole second quarter. It felt like she set a long time. And then I put her back in, and she picked up a third.
So let's look here at the rebound. 48 rebounds, and of those 48, you actually had a majority of them on the offensive end, 27. That's rare to see that many offensive boards.
Yeah, it means we missed a lot of shots.
Yeah.
But the thing was they had second chance efforts. They was getting at it second and third time. I'm really proud of their effort offensively on the boards tonight. You know, Taylor Owens had 15 boards tonight. Again, I said Madison Lockhart had 10. Madison Campbell, you know, playing the 5 spot, she had 5. And then Kerrigan Bailey having 9. She's been on since Lebanon. She has been playing. We've challenged her, and she's come out and accepted all challenges and been playing well.
Yeah, Kerrigan played really well in that one. She nearly had a double-double, didn't she? Only
had
11
and 9.
She might be contesting that. You might have to go back and watch her film. She might have had a double-double. You never know. Sometimes there were some misses, 3 or 4 times there were boards underneath. But, yeah, a couple of times where you all were just able to end up coming out of it with the ball. And really you had a lot of scoring from the outside tonight. It seemed like the 3 ball was falling early, and then it kind of fell off in the rest of the first half. And in the second half when Jada came alive, that was just – and then Amaya hit a long 3, and it really just sort of finished off the momentum.
Like Amaya said, her favorite quote was "Why not?" You know, and tonight we finally started doing a little bit of why nots. And why not means, you know, why not shoot it? No matter how far out you are, if you got the confidence in it, let it go. And tonight, her and Jada had a bunch of why not range tonight.
All right, so you got to give us one word to sum up that win and 5-0 start in district play.
Impressive. You know, you couldn't, you know, right now, nobody thought this year would be back in 5-0, and I think it's very impressive about how those girls come to fight and come to work.
Well, Coach, we'll see you tomorrow night or tomorrow evening. What time tomorrow at Tennessee?
2 o'clock JV tip-off, so we're thinking about varsity girls about 5:30.
And we'll be broadcasting that one, so maybe you can join us after that one.
Oh, we'll
get a big win over there.
That'll be big for us.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Impressive.
Thank you for joining us. We get set now for the second half. Coach Timmons, thank you for joining us as the Cats trail as we head out of halftime here. Coach Timmons, thank him a lot for joining us here for Bearcat Radio. Now we'll get Coach Sidnor back over here. Coach Timmons had a lot to say right there. Couldn't hardly let him go as Marion gets the ball to open up the second half. 36-33, they have the lead. Cats get a turnover to start it as